So good morning again to everybody. Today I'm very glad that we have an opportunity to discuss the key moments of 2020, which I believe you will all agree that it has been an extraordinary year all over the world, and we will present the newest information regarding emerging markets and, of course, upcoming products of Teltonika Networks. My name is Tadas from Marketing Department. Gladly today I'm not alone on this webinar. Mindaugas Navickas, Head of Sales at Teltonika Networks, is here with me. So hello, Mindaugas.
Hello, everybody.
I remember 3 years ago, Mindaugas, when you introduced me to IoT and how our devices can help to people and businesses. So how did you start your journey at Teltonika at IoT?
So yeah, it seems like it has been last month, Tadas, actually. Time flies. Yeah, so but coming back to my journey, I'm with Teltonika for more than 4 years, and my journey was quite interesting one. I started as a head of sales team, and then moved to business development, spent there a couple of years. Last year I was head of operational marketing, the department you are in, and which is responsible for these amazing webinars. And this year I moved on to sales, and now I have one of the largest department in Teltonika at my responsibility. So yeah, long and interesting journey to this point, and I hope I taught you well, Tadas, and many more people.
Definitely.
So yeah, thanks for a very nice introduction.
Thank you, Mindaugas, for your introduction. You did the job for me, So how was 2020 this far from Teltonika Networks perspective? At the end of 2019, we planned the next year like most of the companies do. We knew for sure that we want to divide our businesses into separate companies in order to maximize the flexibility level with every single business unit. Our main priority doesn't change for years. We want to be as closer as possible to our customers. Therefore, we planned to open new offices in different countries. And of course, our R&D team in-house is working on our new products development. New products, new projects require bigger facilities. So expansion of our manufacture was inevitable. With all investments planned, the sales had to maintain the growth rate. Targets were set and business was as usual, but only for a couple of months. Then global pandemic came, which at first day wasn't looking too scary, but it changed a lot. It changed even our daily life, and it had created many challenges in the businesses. It was challenging to keep supply chain stable. It was even challenging to go to work. And then we had to start working from home. Many projects of uncertainty were postponed or even got canceled. Customers were in the dark. They just didn't know what to expect. In some countries, they even were unable to import products. For us, it was challenging too, not only from the sales perspective. Our manufacture facility is our backbone, so we protect it at the highest level. We divided shifts, and after one finished the job, all the facilities were disinfected, that only one case of the virus in our facilities wouldn't stop all the production. But we have been planning to open our new facility too. Well, it was challenging too, to say at least, because it's like changing the wheels of a train while train is moving. But we did it. We have opened our new product facility equipped with robots and the newest technologies. Therefore, all our product facilities will be able to reach 1 million devices produced monthly. As COVID-19 cases grew in Lithuania, government faced the reality that there wasn't not enough, lung ventilators, and we reacted very quickly. All business units were involved and managed by Teltonika IoT Group for this project. With all our experienced R&D teams and with the full support of our owner, in just 2 months, we have created artificial lung device from scratch, and now it's ready for the mass production. Moreover, our company reached out to the hospitals which needed the help the most and provided them with financial support. but we never forgot our focus to deliver quality and valuable products to our partners, to our customers. This year, we have released already to mass production 4 products: TRB2 series gateways, first switch TSW100, and our flagship cellular router with 2 LT mobile modems, Root X12. We are planning to release even more products this year and the next year, but about upcoming devices a bit later on the webinar. Also, our devices are being shipped in the furthest corners of the world. We maintain expansion of our offices. Just recently, we have opened offices in Sydney and Moscow and Kenya, Nairobi. As we strive to be closer to our partners, our customers, our main goal is to support you from technical and commercial sides with the most suitable way to you. We plan our investments and decisions based on our goals. We want to be as flexible as possible. Therefore, we divided our businesses into 4 companies. So now, Teltonika IoT Group consists of these companies: Teltonika Telematics, which is responsible for GPS tracker business unit; Teltonika Telemedic company, which is concentrating on telematic solutions; at Teltonika EMS, you are able to develop your device with flexible electronics manufacturing services and original design; and of course, Teltonika Networks. We overcame challenges that 2020 had to offer so far, and as we have overviewed 4 out of 5 planned targets and only 1 has left, the sales. So Mindaugas, how were the sales this year so far?
Yeah, thanks, Tadas, for a very brief introduction of this year. It looks like we did some amazing stuff, but when you look at it, and through very little amount of time, so that's actually incredible when you put it into one 15-minute presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back to sales, sales are good. I would say sales are doing well, knowing the circumstances, because like global pandemic could have influenced it in either way. And I think at first we weren't sure that this pandemic won't how it will affect actually our sales, but from what we can see right now, we're still growing strong, and we still managing to keep the growth rate above 30% this year, which is what we planned to do. Of course, for a couple of months, the pandemic slowed us down. I think it slowed down everybody. It slowed down every business because everybody had to adjust. Even for us, it was crazy difficult. We had to learn to work from home. We had to learn to work independently, not as closely as a team, because we were not in the same office anymore. So yeah, I think this pandemic taught us well, and we came out of it stronger. We diversified our manufacturing facilities, so we have 2 now, which work separately. So that helps us to assure that business will continue no matter what. And yeah, I think we are ready to approach next year with even higher targets.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. So what market trends, Mindaugas, do you see in the upcoming year, in the upcoming weeks, let's say?
So regarding the market trends, I hate to be political, but I think the highest and biggest market trend right now is very, very closely related to politics. World politics has shifted already quite a bit during 2020. So the I wouldn't call it trade war right now, but it's close to it. If we talk about electronics, and especially if we talk about networking equipment. So U.S. Is fighting with China, and China is fighting with U.S. and India is fighting with China, and India doesn't want Chinese products anymore, and there is Europe influenced by US and other regions influenced by US. So it's mess. It's a mess. And I think the main reason why this is happening is because a new wave of new generation of infrastructure is being built right now. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's 5G. Everybody heard about this. And I think the concern is quite justified that America doesn't want Chinese companies in this, and doesn't want Chinese equipment because with this new technology, I think there is a quite small amount of understanding how it works, and a very little regulation of how it should work and how security should be. So I think it's, of course, the main topic is cybersecurity. So in this spectrum, I think we are in very great position because we are located in Europe. We manufacture everything from Europe, and if you look closely, I think you would see that we are almost in the center of it. So I don't know how much more trustworthy we can be. So and I think it shows in this year results as well. Actually, many clients of ours switched from Chinese brands to our devices this year, and I think the main reason was the cybersecurity part of things, and I think in future this will be the case even more so, because jumping back to cybersecurity, we do take it very seriously. We have a team of cybersecurity specialists which work every day to enhance our devices and to make them safer and more secure, to provide the security package which works for each and every customer of ours. And it has been recognized actually this year, especially in sectors like financial sector, public sector, military sector, especially smart city solutions, and of course energy sector. It has been recognized widely, and many companies switched to Teltonika devices this year just because of cybersecurity concerns. So, and I think for the future, the trend is very clear that everybody will be searching for reliable long-term partners who will provide devices which can be trusted, and this will be more and more important for everybody in future. So I think there is bright future for us, and as well bright future for our customers as well. What do you think, Tadas?
Oh yeah, definitely. Thanks, Mindaugas, for your view, from point of view. So, and what about talking about the market drivers? What market drivers will be driving the market itself? What is your opinion about this topic?
Yeah, so market drivers, I think it's very important question, but I think it's the answer to this is quite clear in one part. I think the main market driver, which will generate the majority of the revenue for pretty much all of our clients, and I think for us, will be the same as it was 2020 and 2019. That market driver is the shutdown of 2G and 3G networks. So since the majority of industrial IoT applications are still runs on 2G and 3G, And since the world now is shutting down those networks, all that equipment has to be upgraded to work on 4G. And this will drive the market. I think it will put pressure on quite a lot of companies to implement it very quickly. Quite massive amounts of equipment will be needed, and I think there will be a strain on integrators as well, because there will be massive projects, massive scale projects, which will have to be implemented in small amounts of time. So, but it's a problem and it's an opportunity. So I see it as a massive opportunity, and yeah, I think it's a good thing. Another market driver, I think, will be quite strong next year as well as was this year, is pandemic accelerated technology. Basically, recovery plans as well. I jumped ahead of myself. So yeah, there are recovery plans which will drive the market as well. So governments will pump massive amounts of money into the market. So I think there will be money for those massive projects of 2G and 3G turnoff. So they should roll out next year. So they will be driving the market. Moving further, I think, which is not so obvious, is pandemic accelerated technology implementation. This year we saw quite clearly that many companies started pumping massive amounts of money into automation and the IoT sector. As in 2019, IoT was seen as future market, as a future trend, and many companies saw it as a just optimization opportunity and cost reduction opportunity, and nobody rushed to implement it. This changed rapidly this year, because let's be honest, you need automation, because there can be a lockdown, which wasn't a thing before this year. Like, robots don't get sick. Machines don't have to apply to hard lockdown rules. They can work 24/7. And this was recognized by many businesses around the world, and money started flowing to that side quite rapidly. And I think this trend will continue to next year, because nobody knows how this pandemic is going to roll out, and many businesses will automate their factories like we did, and there will be massive amounts of IoT solutions put in place to help with our lives. And I know that you would like to have some examples, and I know that Tadas has been preparing many examples of COVID technology like trends and the COVID technology use cases recently. So I will give some time for Tadas to present a couple of quite interesting business cases which just rose very recently.
Yeah, thank you, Mindaugas. Yeah, definitely. Before, as you mentioned, before the pandemic, before this whole situation, for example, these our partner Slovakia autonomous robots were only, implemented only in the big hotels, where they send, groceries from the lobby to the, let's say, 12th floor or 15th floor, so the children could, see how the robot is taking the soda to the room, not some of the personnel, and take some pictures. But it was, let's say, very big hotels only afford this, and they see only, like a small thing. But our partner introduced an initiative product to help the staff by the guest service in hotels and even nurses in the hospital or logistics personnel in large offices to handle those delivery tasks. The relay robot, while being able to fulfill the job quickly, reliably, and especially importantly now, safely, Savioki's project required a router that it is a small in size and reliable LTE connection and of course certification. The robot works 24/7 without any downtime, and it needs to be reachable at any time. A Savioki relay robot autonomously navigates through the doors or uses elevators, and specific set of commands are transmitted to the router connected to the cloud. Although another autonomous robots are being used, as I know, for disinfecting premises of various businesses, and they all need a robust cellular router inside. Remote health monitoring solutions from the first look seems to be quite easy to deliver, right? A user would receive an armband collecting data on various health metrics. The information would be sent to the cloud and processed to view results via a custom app. However, the practice has shown that the process had hiccups. Some of the clients appear to not have a fast and stable internet connection. The application did not always work well with their routers, and the setting up procedure was too complicated to the elderly or not tech-savvy users. Working together with our client, we developed a simpler and more reliable solution. Having the profile of a target user and the needs of our client in mind, it has been decided that the best way is to send out a packet product, an armband that is already connected to our Root X11 router. Our router offers high security protocols to protect the data of sensitive nature, and remote functionality allows to manage remotely via RMS for technical issues and maintenance. One of the areas where we see the biggest growth and demand apart from working from home is remote education. Creating a secure and encrypted link to schools, homes of teachers, and student households is the priority because otherwise internal education systems could get compromised. For this particular case, Route 240 was chosen because it offers the best value when it comes to easy setup, reliable cellular connectivity, and features. The professional cellular router is the best seller from our portfolio because it features 4G LTE with robust Wi-Fi and even two physical Ethernet interfaces. With Route 240, students can connect laptops, tablets, or PCs. Furthermore, Route 240 supports Teltonika RMS, which allows configuring an infinite amount of devices before shipping them to student households, leaving them with a few simple steps to set up, such as powering up the device, of course, and attaching antennas. Furthermore, with RMS, the system operator can track data usage, generate customizable reports, and troubleshoot any problems even without public IP. Besides, Route 240 comes with advanced content filtering features, which are essential to make students can access what is needed for their education and preventing access to unwanted websites.
So I think, Tadas, it is the main thing when we talk about education from home, that web filtering service, because I think the preventing of children from using Facebook in classroom is quite difficult. But when you talk about preventing them from using it at home, it's almost impossible without it.
Yeah, definitely. And we all saw, I think, memes or videos, how students can be, imagination, how can use, imagination while they're sitting during the class, and doing different other stuff.
Yeah, so I think it's highly important to have these devices with this functionality, and I think that is the reason why many education systems chose our devices.
Yeah, and now, as you mentioned, we are working also from home, so syncing up with your children at home. They are maybe out of school now because on holidays, and they are watching Netflix, and you have a conference like we are now having, yeah? With the same, connectivity provider, you can get stuck, especially when you are living outside the city zones or even the same city.
Yeah.
So it can get tricky.
It can get tricky. So yeah, that makes sense.
So Mindaugas, what's next from Teltonika Networks? Can you highlight a bit about the future, what we can accept.
You want me to reveal trade secrets?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so let's get a little bit more serious. Okay, let's talk about this. So before talking about the products, what you can expect, I think you can expect we should look at our values, how we create products. So we have 3 values upon which we create each and every product. So we try to make it as secure as possible. We try to make it as reliable as possible, and we try to make it as easy to use as possible. So I think you can expect more of that from us. Definitely, we will work very hard to make our devices as secure as possible, because as I already mentioned, security is becoming more and more important for not even for governments, but for our clients as well. So we'll try to satisfy that need for security. Moreover, reliability. We are in industrial device business, so reliability is a must. And I'm not telling you that our devices are not reliable now. They are, but they can be even more reliable. I have no doubt in that, and we will work hard to make them even more reliable than they are right now. And of course, our devices must be easy to use. It doesn't seem massive quality for industrial devices, but it is actually, because as I mentioned before, there will be quite massive scale projects in the future, and those projects cannot be implemented with devices which are difficult to use, which are difficult to manage, and that will require massive amount of engineers, massive amount of people to be involved, and that wouldn't make sense financially. So easy to use devices are the future, and we will play our part in this, and we will make our devices more and more easy to use onwards. So what's next? What can you expect in next year's products apart from this? You can expect, I think, the thing that everybody wants, and that thing is speed. So I think you are well aware that in majority of the markets right now, the fastest device we have is LTE Cat 6. So we will introduce devices with higher LTE categories, and we will bring more speed to our customers, and our devices will allow to power those applications which require more speed. And talking about speed, of course, we have to talk about 5G. So you can expect a 5G device next year. I think not many countries will still have infrastructure for those devices in place, but for those who will, I think we will have something to offer. Moving on from routers and this technology, I think I have to emphasize that there will be a little bit more of different devices. So this year we started our first switch. So, and from what we see and from what feedback we get from our customers, it's highly appreciated, and it is needed in the market. So you can expect us to widen the portfolio of switches, because the reality is in live applications, switches are needed, and when you combine cheap, unreliable switch to high-tech industrial router, which is reliable, you diminish the reliability of whole solution to reliability of the weakest link, which is usually switch. So we will introduce switches and allow our customers to use as reliable switches as our routers are. So So yeah, you can expect more devices from this segment as well. Other segment, I think you can expect some news from us is outdoor routers. We had, I think, Taras, do you remember? I think 3 years ago we had outdoor router.
I think it's more because when I started 3 years ago, I didn't see that router.
So it's not the first one, but yeah, we didn't have in our portfolio outdoor router for quite a while now. I think we ended life of the last one 3 or 4 years ago. So yeah, you can expect next year outdoor router from us, because from what we hear from our customers, from you guys, you want a solution, out of the box solution, which can be used outdoors, just plain and simple, without any engineering work, any hassle of purchasing enclosure boxes as well. So we hear you, and you can expect us to launch device in this field next year. And last but not least, I think, thing you can expect from us is consumer device. We saw with the pandemic that there is a need for industrial router functionality in every home. So we will try to bring that, and you can expect a consumer device with industrial device functionality and reliability, with ease of use of consumer device, entering market next year. So as far as I remember, I introduced 5 categories of devices. I won't reveal how many devices there will be. There can be 5, there can be 10, there can be 15. Let's wait and see. And I think what I've missed, and purposely missed, is notifying that this year hasn't ended yet. So I think this year there will be some new devices, and I recommend to stay tuned and subscribe to our newsletters and get the latest news on the new devices we have. I think Taras is smiling. I think he knows what I'm talking about. So I think there will be news soon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there will be some news soon.
Yeah.
So thanks, Mindaugas, for detailed explanation what to expect from Teltonika Networks in not only 2021, but maybe in on this year. So before we have questions, please write your questions using Q&A session. So Mindaugas, you can also check what questions our attendees gave to you, to our company. But before you are checking those questions, I would ask you a question from my side.
Okay, you have a privilege.
I will take that privilege. What about the supply chain challenges that we have faced and that we are arising, in the future?
Sorry?
What about supply chain challenges?
Supply chain. Yeah, I think, the global trend right now is, and the global question is right now, is supply chain disruptions, because I think everybody is aware that any country can be closed in a month's time. So if you are focused on one country, you can experience supply chain disruptions, and that can make your business suffer. So we are following the global trend of diversifying our suppliers. So we have analog components, at least 2 of each and every component. So, and we try to have different suppliers in different continents which are able to provide that for us. So we feel quite strong in this perspective. Of course, we enhance the stock we keep in our warehouse. So I hope that if there will be disruptions, our customers won't feel it, and we will continue growing together with our partners without any problems.
Yeah, so I see questions are coming in. So I would like Mindaugas to highlight one of the questions. What about the gateways like LoRa and narrowband IoT?
It's actually we have planned for, I think the question is about low power devices, low power sector. So we're thinking about it. I know that there is some movement going on, and there is some R&Ds working on something, which I haven't mentioned in the roadmap before, but I will leave that for the future and wait for the news. I don't think anything will come out in the start of next year, but let's wait and see. Maybe some interesting devices will come up.
So did you pick up a question by yourself, or should I highlight for you?
Please do.
Yeah, I know that you are capable to answer all those questions, definitely, for sure. So
Good.
Is there any chance of RMS managed PoE switches coming up?
Yeah, so regarding switches lineup, I can tell you it won't be just one. So it might be what you described in the lineup. I know that not one, definitely more than one new switch is coming up next year. So there will be different devices with different functionality. I'm not sure if we will have managed PoE like export switch, because it's very direct question. But apart from that, yeah, there will be a lineup of managed switches definitely. But how many ports managed, unmanaged, and like PoE, non-PoE, I cannot answer.
Okay, thanks for that. So there are some all questions pouring in. We talked about 5G. There's also a question about 5G, So maybe also I will check some more questions to highlight. Speaking about outdoor devices, any plans on increasing IP ratings for existing devices?
Right now, actually, no. Our devices are not designed, like current portfolio are not designed to be used outdoors without enclosure. That makes sense. All the interfaces are exposed, so that wouldn't make sense to use them without enclosure. And I don't think it makes sense to redesign the existing portfolio. But yeah, we will introduce the device which will be ready to use outdoors out of the box. So I think that will solve the problem.
Okay, Mindaugas. So I know that you are head of sales, not the head of the marketing team, but you are working closely to Mindaugas Navickas with the same last surname.
Yeah.
But you are not brothers. But
yeah,
the question
sure.
is, that we talked about market trends and drivers, and attendee is asking and wondering what focus marketing from Teltonika Networks will have for the next year.
Oh, regarding marketing, I don't know. You tell me. Yeah. So marketing, I think the line will stay the same. I don't think I don't see a revolution coming. I think there will be more of the good stuff and more of webinars, more of training. From what I hear, and like I would want to highlight, and it is marketing in a sense, but it is as well our partners training program. So there is already sales training started for our partners, for our partner technicians. These trainings will have and they do have different levels. So the first level training has already started. So there will be those engineers who pass the training will be certified for Teltonika devices. And I think the same thing will start with salespeople. So for sales trainings as well, we will launch our sales training, I think, in early next year. So there is a little bit more of, I think it's a marketing initiative as well as sales initiative, as well as partnership building initiative. So I think that's what's new, the biggest news are.
Okay, thanks, Mindaugas, again. So thank you for your time on this webinar. It was a pleasure to have a webinar with you together, and I hope it's not the last time that we did such type of webinar.
Yeah, so thank you for inviting me and for having me on this webinar. And I think this webinar will be placed on YouTube, and I think some people even can watch it on YouTube live right now. So I know I've checked that today we have only 1,100 subscribers to our YouTube channel. So let's make a deal. When we hit 2,000 subscribers, I will join again.
Okay, I will mark down this, and of course there will be recordings of your statement. And as Mindaugas mentioned, this recording will be on our webpage next to our past webinars, and we have more questions. Definitely, we are not capable to answer all those questions, for you. So all those questions and answers will be on our webpage tomorrow. So join in, check our webpage, and if you don't find that link, please contact your sales manager to show you where all our webinars are, and please subscribe to YouTube channel, because they will see the first ones, the new webinars, the old webinars, and of course and everything from how-to videos and use cases, etc., etc. So thanks again, Mindaugas, for this.
Thank you.
It was a real pleasure, and thank you all audience who have stayed with us, listened to us, and up till next time.
Bye-bye.